Hello and welcome to this tutorial on how to enter time-based conditions into Qcaid strategies. In previous videos, we saw how to build and test a strategy. In this one, we will see how to add to the strategy different types of rules using time and lapses. We will start from the first strategy we created in these tutorials and add a new condition to it. We will use the Create New Copy feature to preserve the original strategy and make changes in a new version. Select the Create Copy in Project option. We enter a name for the copy, and once we finish, the copy we just created will appear in the project tree. Double-click it to open, and it will appear on the editing canvas. Let's see how to enter a new rule that takes into account the time of day. To create this rule, we'll need an item that lets us know the time of each new data. The current time item in the position folder does just that. Now we need a value with which to compare the current time. Similar to other data types, in the static values folder we can find time values. This element allows us to enter a time of day. Double-click on it to edit and type a specific time. The time is interpreted as being in the time zone of the instrument. To compare the current time with the time value, we use the same comparators as for numerical data. In this example, we will insert a rule so that orders are issued only after a certain hour. Therefore, the starting hour must be a time before or lesser than the current time. In a similar way, we can insert a different condition so that orders can only be issued before a certain hour. To that end, we add a new time value. We make some space for the new items. And we edit the new time value. We now insert the comparator to check that the current time is again previous to or lesser than the limit time. To ensure that both conditions are met, we join them with the AND operator. To add this temporal condition to the other rules, we connect it to the AND element that combines all other issued conditions. Comparator elements and logical operators have a main exit marked with the word yes and a supplementary exit marked with no. The latter is equivalent to adding the logic element not after the main exit. In this case, we can use it to close the position every time the time constraint is not met. We already had a condition to close the position, but we should now combine with this new condition. To combine the two signals, we have to keep in mind that we want to close the position when any of them is met, rather than both of them, so we must use the OR logical element. Select the connection and click Delete to remove it in the same way as an element. Now for closing the position, we connect the two rules to a logical OR. And then connect the OR to the close position. Thus, the new strategy is complete. In this strategy, we have seen how to use temporal elements, how to enter new rules, how to use negated outputs, and how to combine rules with OR elements. We can also add time-based rules to act according to the elapsed time between two events. We will start again from the first strategy for this example. Another way to duplicate a strategy is by right-clicking it in the project tree and selecting the Create Copy in Project option. In this example, we will enter a rule to limit the maximum duration of a position. The T output in the position information element gives us the time at which the position was opened. The position duration is the difference between the current time and the time when the position was opened. We therefore need the current time, which, as we have seen, can be obtained with the current time item. The time arithmetic element group allows us to perform calculations with time. In this case, we'll use the delta time element to calculate the time difference between the two events. This element will always return a positive value, no matter in what order the inputs are connected. We now must compare the results of this calculation to a certain time-lapse value. To do this, we'll use a duration static value. This element can be edited like all the other static values by double-clicking on it. We will use the same comparators used for the other data types to compare these values. Since the rule says to close the position, if its duration is greater than or equal to the maximum, we use the greater or equal comparator. This way, we will have a position closing signal if the duration of the position is greater than or equal to the duration that we have established. Use the OR operator once again to join the two signals. Press Escape to return to edit mode, then select the line and click Delete to remove the previous connection. Now we draw the new connections. When either the RSI condition or the maximum position duration are satisfied, the position is closed. Finally, we save the enhanced strategy. This is all you need to know on time-based conditions. Remember, there are more videos available on building strategies with Qcaid. Thank you for watching.